In this video, I will show you how you can create your own Google Ads account and how can you create campaigns in Google Ads. So if you go on ads.google.com, here is where you find all the information what Google Ads is and how can you create an account in Google Ads. So if you have Gmail account, which you probably do, then you would just start your account in Google Ads in a few simple steps. You would give your email address and password, and that would be it. Since I already have my Google Ads account created, I would just sign into my account. And once you log in, this would be your Google Ads dashboard. And you will see the overview of the impressions. If you're currently running any of the campaigns, you would see views, average, cost per view, or any other metric that you have chosen, and the cost of all of your campaigns. Up right here, you can choose the date to see the stats for a certain date, and some of the messages will be displayed here. Since none of my ads are running, this notification is shown in red. On the left hand side, you can see your campaigns, you can see your campaign names and the statuses of your campaigns. You would see your ad groups, ad extensions, videos, landing pages, keywords, audience, demographics, placements, and settings. So let's create our first campaign. If you remember, we have found a product that we want to promote on ClickBank. We found that under self-help, and this was the offer that we were promoting. We have also created a funnel and using ClickFunnels. However, we haven't purchased the domain, but let's pretend this would be the domain that we have. And now let's create our first campaign in Google Ads. You would click on New Campaign. So now Google Ads immediately asks you about your goal. So it's either you want to make a sale, you want to collect leads, you want to increase your website traffic, you want to increase the consideration for your product or brand, you want to increase the brand awareness and reach more people. If you want to do an ad promotion, local store visits and promotions, or you can start a campaign without a smart goal creation. Google Ads and Google is more strict than Bing Ads, so you would always have to have your own domain name and your own domain, which means you won't be able to run a direct linking campaign, which would mean that if you go on ClickBank and if you click on promote and if you generate your hop link, you wouldn't be able to promote this because Google would ban you immediately. And that is why it's important to create your own funnel using ClickFunnels or any other website or software, and then have your own domain. So it's important to also purchase this domain, as I explained in my previous videos, and then you would use this link for promotion. Since we always want to collect leads with our offers, we will click on leads. Then you can select a campaign type. Google Ads offers different campaign types, and that is why it's better than Bing. You can either do a search, display, shopping, video, smart, or discovery campaign. We want to do a simple search campaign. So every time somebody searches something on Google, your ad might show up. So we will click on search, and then you can select the ways you like to reach your goal. So you can either be website visits, phone calls, store visits, app downloads, or lead from submission. And you don't have to choose this immediately. You can just click on continue. Now you can name your campaign. You can either leave it like this, or you can name it yourself. We can start and type in test campaign. Now you can choose between networks where you want your ads to be shown. It's always good to leave both search network and display network because your ad will be shown on multiple places. I would exclude Google search partners just because those ads won't be targeted like you want it. So you would just untick those two. Under more settings, you can choose the start and end date of your campaign, but it's always best to leave your campaigns running all day. Then you won't have to worry about adjusting that later. Everything else can be left as is. For the locations, you can always target the specific country that you want to target, but since we're dealing with the United States and we want to target that country, you would just click on enter another location and you would enter United States. If you're running a promotion in some different country, then you will click and enter and target that country as well. For the location option, just like in Bing, you can either target specific people who are living in United States and not those who use a VPN address and then search in United States. But Google is very good with this, so you can leave this as is. For the languages, so if you're targeting the United States, then English would be your first choice. But for example, if you're targeting Canada, then you would include English and French as well. For the audiences, you can select the specific audience that you want to target. So you can get a detailed demographics. You can choose the specific interest for that audience, what kind of topics those people are researching, and how they interact with other services on the internet. So if you click on who they are, you will see you can choose your target audience by parental status, marital status, education, home ownership, employment. But for this step, since we are doing a search campaign, we can skip audiences for now because we will be focusing on keywords. For the budget, as I said, always start with the lower budget. So I would say $5 per day. Under bidding, you would choose how you would bid for your ads. So you can either choose maximize clicks, target cost per acquisition, targeted return on ad spend, maximize conversions, maximize conversion value, target impression share. Or you can do manual cost per click. For starters, because we haven't placed a conversion link and conversion tagging in our funnel, we won't be focusing on conversions because Google won't do anything with it. We can always choose manual cost per click, because this way you have a full control of how much you are spending on your campaigns. And then you can untick help increase conversions with enhanced cost per click. Under conversions and ad rotations, you can leave this as is, and ad extensions, you can skip that. And you will just click on save and continue. Now you need to create the ad group. Under ad group name, again, you can name it as the campaign. So you would just test ad group 1. The default bid, you can always increase this, and we will put it under 0.4. But again, you can always change that later when you see the metrics and when you see the statistics of your account, and you can always increase or decrease that. Now, for under keywords, this is the most important part. Since we are promoting this offer right here, and they have an amazing affiliate site, under paid traffic, you can find the keywords that you can use in order to promote this offer. But don't worry, if you don't see this type of offer and this type of keywords on any other offer that you find on ClickBank, you can always use a Google Keyword Planner to see the specific keywords that are good for your offer and the product that you are promoting. But for now, let's type in those keywords that these guys are offering. So you can always copy this and paste it right here. And then Google will give you some of the statistics and some of the daily estimates on how many clicks you would have per day, what would it cost you, and what would be the average cost per click per day. This is very low because we have put only a $5 budget, and we have put a bidding of 0.4, and that's why we have these results. But if you increase your daily budget and if you increase your average cost per click, then of course you would get more clicks. You have put in all of your keywords right here, then you will click on save and continue. Now we need to create the ad. Under final URL, you will put in the link to your website and to your funnel. I will copy this link from ClickFunnels and I will put it here. But as I said, be careful because this would have to be your domain name. This wouldn't work because it has ClickFunnels in it. So first, purchase the domain, connect it to your ClickFunnels, and then you can promote it. But this is just to show you how you can create a Google Ads campaign. Then you need to type in some of the headlines, and on the right hand side you will see how your ad would look like in search. This is how it would look like in mobile, and this is how it look on desktop. So under headlines, you would just fill this in depending on your offer. So as you see, you can add as many headlines as you want, but be careful, it has to be at 30 or less characters. Under descriptions, you can add more text, and you can add 90 characters, so you would fill that as well. After you have filled all the headlines and the descriptions, you can click on Save and Continue. So this is it. Now my Google Ads campaign is in review. Google also tells me that the following issues might negatively impact my performance just because I have a very low budget and a very low bidding options. But that's okay, because those can always be adjusted and fixed, and you can always increase or decrease depending on how much you can afford to spend on Google Ads. And that would be it. You would just click on Publish, and you would have your first Google Ads campaign.